Yo, can anybody hear me? Are the people on here? Whoops. Can everybody hear me? Are we good to go, man? Oh, look at that. Bitcoin is running to the high side. That's pretty cool. Let me see if I can watch my own video so I can keep up with this chat, man. Let me see. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Can everybody hear me? Oh, there it is. Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna leave my. I'm not gonna go back to that YouTube screen. I'm gonna leave a. I'm gonna be on my phone to look at the chat and stuff, so I can, so we can all kind of be like here chilling and like hanging out and stuff. What's up, everybody? It feels good to. Oh, dude, the GameStop YOLO play. Yeah, I sold. I think Friday morning. Friday morning, I sold that GameStop YOLO because I knew it was gonna. I mean, I bought two, so I bought a couple. Well, not two. I bought two different dates. I bought a couple on for Friday, and I think I lost like 50% of the value. So I think I lost like 500-600 bucks. I think, but I still have one more for next Friday, and I'm thinking if GameStop does peak, it's gonna peak next week. I'm like 99% sure that GameStop is gonna peak next week, and you're gonna see another fall. 100%. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think GameStop is going to continue the rally after next week. I think you're going to hit a peak of whatever price it's going to go to next week, and then it's going to drop all over again. Um, I think that's what's. I mean, I think. I mean, you know what? Let me look at GameStop, man. Because oh, by the way, I actually, I just what is it called? I actually made a Patreon. Look, but I'm not. There we go. Whoops, I think I misspelled it. But I just made it like an hour ago. Let me see if it. Let me see. There we go. So I just made it. It's we use cookies to improve. Yeah, sure, accept that, whatever. But I just made it. I did the absolute most basic stuff. There's like different tiers and stuff, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make like one. I don't know how Patreon works, really. So I just made one. Feel free to take. Feel free to take a look. How do you? I'm using my wife's Mac. Command C. Is that how you like copy all this stuff? Here, in case you guys want to like see it and stuff. Bam, right there. That's for you guys right there. If anybody wants to like look at that, that's there. I haven't done anything. I'm gonna start posting probably at least like weekly, like what is it called for the breakout strategy? Um, I'll probably post like weekly, like just like plays for the breakout strategy, just to kind of like see. You're one of the few YouTubers that's bullish on Anchor. I like Anchor. I think Web3 is gonna be what is it called? I think Web3 is gonna be what is it called? Um, what you call it? Web3 infrastructure is gonna be basically what the internet happened first with communications, then with social, and then with what is it called? I think I forgot what I had this whole thing panned out for why am I getting out of this? But um, yeah, I mean I think what is it called? Uh, yeah, Patreon. I don't know what I was even gonna talk about. I forgot what I was gonna talk about, but uh, why no YouTube join membership? Why no YouTube? I think I have memberships turned on or something. I don't know. I'm telling you guys, I'm new to this whole creator thing, so I'm still trying to like, figure out how to do certain things. So, if you guys are like telling me about YouTube memberships and everything, I might have that. I have no idea. Um, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like I said, I'm not a creator, right? I'm not a social media person. I don't even have an Instagram, So, well, I have an Instagram, but it's private, right? But I don't have a Facebook. I don't use Snapchat. I don't use Twitter. I don't use none of that. Most of my day is spent. Most of my day is spent on what is it called? Most of my day is spent on Reddit or basically looking at charts. So, I don't have any. I really don't have anything for like social media and stuff apart from my Instagram that I barely use or whatever. But that's really it. But you know what? Let's get into some TA, man, because I haven't talked about, I'll get into some TA. But first off, for GameStop, that YOLO that I did for Friday, I sold in the morning for like a 50% loss. I think I lost like 60% of the value, 50% of the value. So I lost about $500 to $600. Took out like $700, and not profit, but I still managed to get out with $700. Um, I do think that there's a chance that it'll hit next week. That's usually what happens. Usually, you have the second or third week actually be where peaks actually get hit after the bullish week gets created, right? Because we have, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so the very first run up, I don't like to actually compare the first run up just because it's Let me turn on the AC because it's like super hot in my room, man. Hopefully the AC noise doesn't really like mess with the audio or anything. But GameStop, usually what happens in GameStop, it's a pretty easy pattern to spot if you do technicals. Usually what happens is you actually create a very big third candle every single peak, right? As of right now, but keep in mind though, 1, 2, 3, third week after that bull week got created, 100% that's the peak. Again, bull week 1, 2, second week you created peaks, but keep in mind, third bullish candle again, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth bullish candle, but second week after the bull got created is when you actually had peaks right here on the week of June 1st. But again, it was the third week. So again, this is the second week. We just closed the second week of bull momentum for GameStop. I think there's a strong chance that this upcoming week is going to be peak, and we're going to go back to 290. Keep in mind, we still have that 290 gap to fill right here, right there. I think there's a very strong chance that we dip a little bit lower and then bounce to the upside. But if GameStop actually rallies, I think it has to rally this week. I don't see GameStop rallying the week after this one. I think next week it either goes straight up, fills that gap minimum, or bounces down a little bit, then it shoots up. Then it shoots up like that. Again, this is something that This is something that I think is going to happen and usually happens in a consistent pattern for GameStop. So if there is a peak on GameStop, if the peak was not created last week, it's going to happen this upcoming week. I don't see any more run-ups on GameStop happening after this week. I don't think it's gonna happen. It would be inconsistent unless there's some crazy news on GameStop or whatever. I don't see it happening. It's one of those things where I'm like, I love GameStop. I hope it runs, but all TA historical price movement. Every single time there's a run for GameStop, historically it hits peak highs on the second or the third week, and that's how I sold my position last time. So I think last time I sold GameStop. I came out in profit, and then I told you guys, I'm like, this shit is going back to 150. Guess what? It went all the way back down to 150. But that's what I think. I think if there is another squeeze or a big move to the upside, I think it's going to be this upcoming week for sure. For sure. Let me see. Oh man, I missed a whole bunch. Yeah, in case you guys are late, I actually did start a Patreon. It's right here. You just gotta do like patreon.com/but I'm not a trader. I'll post it again to the chat, whatever. But I'm not like like a creator, so keep in mind I'm gonna try to do my best to post as much as I can there, or at least exclusively, right? There's a lot of plays that I don't do on that I don't show anybody, but at least on my Patreon, I'll at least give you guys a little bit more insight. Like there's one GameStop play that can pay out. I'm not gonna talk about it here because I shouldn't be talking about this because it's a play that me and my buddy figured out, and it's been in the works for a couple of months, and I'm not gonna say the play here because it's just mine and his play. That's it. It's like a so I won't talk about it anymore. But that's it. Let me just get into the TAs because I know a lot of people are asking about TAs, and let me just get into it because that's why I came on, because I wanted to do TA for you guys and just kind of go down the line, right? So let's do Lil Girth, Lil Girth, what's up, man? We'll do Tilray, bro. I'm getting hurt on Tilray so bad, dude. I'm getting hurt on Tilray so bad. Tilray F me so bad in the butt. But look at that. See, so I talked about Tilray, I think the last time I came on my live, which was last week, and I'm super upset because I think I bought somewhere around here. This is where I bought, and then I got asked about Tilray. I'm like, I thought that Tilray was actually gonna do this, right? I thought Tilray was gonna jump to the high side. So I do think Tilray is gonna be moving. Look at that. So it just closed. Actually, you know what? This is pretty good. I have not seen fucking Tilray's chart in so long because it's been losing me fucking money, dude. Like, I think I'm down like $5,000 on Tilray. Fucking, I hate Tilray so much. And I hate Tilray because it F me so bad, dude. Let me see, $8.46 in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. $8.46. So, that actually might be perfect. Look at that. We actually just closed a bullish week last week for Tilray. If we can manage to do a similar move on the upside, I don't think it's going to go that high. I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. If you guys have a position that you guys want to get out of, I want to 100% get out of my Tilray position. I'm telling you guys right now. I don't want to stay in Tilray. It's costing me money to be in that position. I don't want to be in Tilray. I can use that money for something else that I think can make me a lot more money. Like right now, I'm actually on a swing play for Amazon. I think I bought like 20K of Amazon. 40K. I think I bought like $40,000 worth of Amazon for a swing. I'll show you guys right now, but I think I bought like 40K of Amazon on Friday because I think it's gonna hit all-time highs again, especially with the news with J-Pow coming out. I think we have one big push to the upside before everything maybe crashes down. And again, you guys know I'm not necessarily bearish, but you guys know that I'm definitely weary of stuff right now, right? But I think right now for Tilray, if we do move up, especially after this week, I want to see how big the push is. That's really it. I want to see how big Tilray pushes in the next upcoming weeks. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it for maybe 2 more weeks or so, and then try to figure out what's going on. I don't think it's gonna have a similar move. I think at most it might go back to like $18.60. If it does go back to like if it goes back to this resistance right here, more than likely I will try to sell out of all of my position, or at least sell calls to make some money up for being in this piece of crap for the longest time. Because I think Tilray, because I said that I'm bullish on Tilray by September, I gotta say that I'm still bullish on Tilray. I like Tilray as a company. They have a really good, solid. I mean, they have good fundamentals, right? I mean, apart from it being a weed company, they have pretty good fundamentals. But just right now, I think the only thing that my biggest bullish case for Tilray is possibly hitting $21.44 in the next 2 weeks or so. So maybe 1 or 2 weeks. This upcoming week and the next week, Friday, you might see a $21.44 Tilray. I would not say that it goes past $18.66. So I think if anything, if it does hit $18 or this resistance at 18, 1870, I'm gonna be selling a buttload of calls for Tilray, just to make some money back, because it's been nothing but a loss for the last like month or 2 or 3 months, whatever. I forgot how long I'm in Tilray, but yeah, I think Tilray is gonna run up from now, because it finally closed a bullish week. Finally, after Jesus Christ, I don't know how long, dude. I don't know how long. It's been what, like 2 months basically, right? I thought back in May, the week of May 24th, I thought Tilray was gonna jump like crazy, and then everything came crashing down. I do think right now Tilray is gonna run up to around $21. My most bullish case. I think I might start either selling off my position at 1872, or possibly selling major calls for Tilray at 1861, whenever this resistance right here. But I do think Tilray is going up. I do think Tilray is headed to the upside. I think Tilray is still a good company. I don't usually invest in weed companies, but I think Tilray is pretty solid. But again, I do think Tilray is going up. I'm probably gonna sell about maybe 80% of my position, or so. I'll definitely update you guys, but I think 80% of my position at 18 whatever is definitely a good sentiment for me right now on the direction that I'm going to be moving with Tilray. But I do think it's headed up. Just stay calm, and we'll keep a look on it. We'll keep an eye on it for like the next 2 weeks, because I think it could definitely move hard to the upside in the next 2 weeks. Next one, I'm super bullish on Anchor. That's why Anchor is awesome, dude. So I wanted to get on Anchor because Anchor is Web3 development, right? And a lot of people don't like. It's kind of hard to explain a little bit what Web3 is. I kind of have a small understanding of Web3 is. I think Web3 is super is going to be amazing. And this is something that is going to happen in blockchain, right? So a Web3 infrastructure is great. I think that's the best part of Anchor. Essentially what it's going to do, it's going to connect every single crypto, everything in blockchain together, right? So right now you have little fragments of the blockchain everywhere, depending on what kind of crypto you own. So you own Bitcoin, you own Ethereum, you own Solana, you own Cardano, you own whatever, right? Every single one has their own little universe of their own little platform. So if you want to do Ethereum on Cardano, you can't. If you want to do Cardano on Ethereum, you can't. It's just nothing plays well. And I think Web3, the Web3 architecture, Anchor is basically the connection between everything. It's what connects everything. So, for example, think of Bitcoin as like, as like the internet, right? Or the first instance of the internet. Think of Ethereum as like the expansion, like the second generation, which is the expansion of like Facebook. You have, Facebook, you have MySpace, you have, what is it called? You have, the beginnings of like social platforms and stuff. Email. Think of Cardano, like the third extension, right? Like the third generation, which is more so like Amazon, which is more so like, like Google, like how, it's hard to explain when I don't have the white paper in front of me or a better explanation, but it's essentially what connects everything, right? So you can see Anchor and the Web3 infrastructure as a connection of all the blockchains. So if you wanted to go, for example, to Facebook, you would have to use a different platform to use Facebook. If you wanted to go onto, what is it called? If you wanted to log on into Google, you would have to use a different platform for Google. Anchor is basically the coin or the crypto or the Web3 structure that is going to combine everything together. So you don't have to use like 10 different things for, 10 different things. Anchor is essentially one thing for everything, right? Or the connection, which is, it's usually in the Web3. The Web3 architecture is the connection between every single platform. And that's why I think it's going to be a fantastic project. That's why I moved all my money from Doggy into Anchor, because I think it's going to do fantastic. I think it's going to be great, honestly. Apart from, I'm going to try to do Anchor on a different video, just because I can talk about Anchor for a very long time, and it's definitely my favorite crypto right now. But I will do, I think Bluecore, right? Bluecore asked for a TA on Disney. Look, so I I don't want to say that I don't like doing TAs for like big companies like this. I love Disney. I think Disney is one of the best companies in the world. I can't tell you how many times I got effed back in last year buying puts on what is it called? Buying puts on Disney when the market was crashing last year, pre-pandemic, back in like February, whatever. You don't want to fuck with the mouse. I'll tell you right now. I think Disney is an insane company. I absolutely love Disney. Me and my wife are planning to get what is it called? My wife and I are planning to get the new passes, the new keys that they released. Um, I think Disney is amazing, and I think they're gonna do great long term as well as short term. I just think Disney is a solid platform, especially with Disney Plus. And oh, you know what? Let me change all this because I don't like when my resistance and support is not red. It feels wonky and weird. So let me change this for you guys really quick. And also, um, if you do subscribe to my Patreon, which I just started today, I will be releasing exclusive videos on how to trade, how I set my support and resistance and everything, all that good stuff. Um, here it is one more time. I know a lot of like YouTubers tend to like post their like links and stuff on the comment section, so I'm trying to be more consistent and engaged with you guys and stuff. So, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a creator, so keep don't don't feel bad, or don't what is it called? I'm a little slow at social media, so if I don't like understand something, I definitely apologize about that. But just trying to learn everything, because even like I said, YouTube was new to me. I barely have an Instagram. I spend like 24/7 on Reddit, so I don't really do any social media and stuff. So, just letting you guys know. Um, Man, Disney's been trading sideways for a while. This is a lot. Disney has so much support and so much resistance. You know what? I don't need all this. This is so much that it's got going on. So so this is something that I'll explain also if I when I more videos that I'll release on my Patreon. When you have charts like this that are trading sideways and it's just in one consistent and it's just consistently between a certain trading range. What I usually like to do is where are my candles, right? So I usually tend to do this. I usually set my support and resistance on the weekly, again weekly, and it really just depends on where we have the most peaks touching each other. Because when you have actual candles, right, and you see how many support and resistance there is like all over the place, it's not good. It's not a good way to set support and resistance when you add like support resistance, and you have like 30 different lines. It gets super messy, it gets really dirty, and I don't like that. So generally what I like to do when it's a very a very heavy chart that's trading sideways like Disney, for example, what I like to do is I like to actually put it into a line chart, and you have a better understanding of at least roughly where price can go. So I always set it with my highs and my lows right here, right? So peak high, peak low, it's relatively in this trading range, and then all you got to do is go up and look at where all the peaks hit, right? So you got a peak right here, peak, peak. All you want to do is match those up. So we'll match it up there. Again, we'll match another peak like right here, another peak probably like right here, another one right there, another one right here, another one right here, another one right. No, that one doesn't work. This one works, and then I think we'll set it like that. So a little bit cleaner than the one from before. Generally, that's what I like to do, to kind of set everything a little bit cleaner for myself. But it's really just been trading sideways. Whoops. There we go. It's really been trading sideways for a long time. Disney hasn't really pushed anywhere. Man, why does it? I hate that TradingView did this. I hate TradingView has like this weird what is it called? So TradingView has like they like updated their, they updated everything. You know what? I don't need to put it right there. Let me get out of that. So right now, Disney is actually trading between this range. We'll make it smaller. It doesn't need to be that big. So Disney is just trading between this range of what? 167 and 187, $20. It's really not that big. Well, for Disney, right? Generally, Disney stays trading. Oh, what's? See, this is why I'm scared of a. This is why I'm scared of a market drop, because even Disney has this huge ass gap, and it's on the weekly, dude. Like, look at that. Damn. And I've seen so many charts that have gaps like that. It's pretty scary, to be honest. Um, let's go with the monthly. Yeah, monthly is looking like it's doing weaker bearish pushes to the downside. Especially with J Powell recently talking, I gotta say that I'm definitely looking bullish just for the market all around. Shorter term, where's Disney going shorter term? Sideways trading. It's been sideways, man. It's kind of, I wouldn't be surprised if Disney just kind of stays like this for a while. If you're looking at buying Disney long term, I would say right now is a perfect time to buy. And if we do have like a market crash, whatever, your next area of buying would be somewhere around the range of 128 to 133. This is your next buying range right here. If there's some sort of a crash and Disney drops, 100% it's going to come back down and fill this gap. If you're buying long term, I think right now you should be buying 100%. Anywhere in this range, you should be buying 100%. As far as short term right now, I can see Disney going back to this level. I can see Disney doing something like this from here, just continuing this movement up, and then possibly coming back down here. And then just doing this maybe for the next couple of weeks, days, months, whatever, until you break to the high side. So I do think that if Disney breaks this resistance, or actually breaks the trading range and then breaks resistance at 189, I think it'll do something like this, come back down, and then shoot up to previous highs. But again, I think for the most part, Disney's been trading sideways for what? Since May? Yeah, I don't think Disney is going to be doing much of any move of any kind until you actually see oh, you know what? You actually have another gap right here on the daily. Look at that. Tiny gap. Tiny gap right here, very tiny gap, like a couple, like cents probably, maybe like under $1 gap right there. But yeah, I mean, I don't see Disney really moving all that much. It hasn't really responded to anything. The weekly is showing signs of just continuous movement sideways. But I am definitely bullish Disney. I would never not recommend buying Disney long term, short term, whatever. I think Disney's a great company. You're more than likely you're always gonna make money on Disney. Just to be completely honest, I think Disney's fantastic. But you know what? Let me show you guys something right now. I think Amazon. I think I have my TA set up for Amazon. Yeah. So on Amazon, I do have a strong position right now. It was actually Friday, this past Friday. I ended up buying about 40,000 of Amazon. I think we are headed back up to like around previous highs of like 30 or like 37 or so. My take profit right now is more than likely gonna be partially take profit once this gap gets filled, and then the rest of it I'm gonna let it ride to like previous highs, previous highs more than likely. And I'm essentially just buying this because on the weekly here, I'll show you guys. So on the weekly, we're about to actually break to the upside. We're creating perfect buy structure right now because of that, like what happened before, right? So on the reverse MACD, we actually had previous buy structure of what? Right on the 1490 level. Again, this is 2834. More than likely, we're going to see a perfect buy entry in a week or so. I think I'm getting a little early on this, but we did actually close like a week bear this past week, which is actually which is my trigger to buy into Amazon. And again, I have a 40K position in this as of Friday, and this is not a long-term hold. I'm just buying to the upside. I think at peak highs right here, maybe at 10%, was somewhere like right here in this range when the gap gets filled. I think my profit would be like $4,000, and then up here obviously it's $8,000. But I'm essentially waiting for Amazon to do something like this. Again, I'm not telling you guys to do this. Never follow the plays that I do. All I do really is just offer a technical analysis, and then you guys are more than happy to do your own research to kind of follow along. But again, this is just stuff that I do. I don't really, give out my plays too much or what I think, but I think this has a high probability of hitting. I like Amazon. It's hitting all the right notes for me. The monthly is starting to, it's really weakening as far as bear momentum, and the weekly is just about to hit a bull trigger. So just informing you guys, right? This is what I think Amazon is going to do in the next 60 days or so. So I'm going to be holding this position for at least 60-ish days for the next 2 months. But Amazon looks like it's going to keep running to the high side. I think it's going to do really, really well, as well as a lot of other stuff. So hopefully that helps you out. Sleep therapy. Sorry, Disney. I thought it was Bluecore that asked. I saw the blue thingy. Can you look at BlackBerry, Tony? And for sure, the 90-day algo countdown for FTD started June 24th. BlackBerry. I haven't seen BlackBerry in so long, actually. Has it done anything recently? Oh, I guess I already did TA on this back in. So actually, look. So I guess I already did TA. Yeah, I think it's going up. More than likely, I actually have this set because I thought there was gonna be a week. There was gonna be a bull week created back here. It actually just got created this past weekend or this past week. So this is why you actually saw this huge run up to the upside. Yeah, I still think it's going up. Keep in mind, you still have the downtrend, right? You're still in a pretty consistent downtrend for BlackBerry. Ever since the peak highs of January. So minimum, I do think that BlackBerry goes back, possibly touches this resistance at $14. After that, I probably have to come back to TA and figure out what it's doing around this level. But I mean, you guys can easily see what happened. It broke the trading range. It broke, came back, retested, jumping up. Yeah, I think Bitcoin. I think BlackBerry. I think BlackBerry is definitely headed to $14. Maybe in the next week or two. It's all the signs are there, man. Especially after just a week, man. How much can this actually run? Let me see. I'm actually curious. How much can BlackBerry actually run? So 1181 in 36 days. You know what? It might actually keep running to the high side. If it breaks trend right here, 100%, I think it's going to $20. If it breaks trend, I already think I'm like 90% sure you're already going to see a BlackBerry at $14 somewhere in like another week or two. But if this actually breaks trend, if you see a weekly candle get created above this level, you might see like a candle get created like this. Watch, I'll show you guys. So I'll move this up here. Move this there. If you see a break in price, if you see this go up, it breaks that trend, more than likely what's going to happen is you're going to see it come down, retest trend somewhere like right here, and then probably moon to like $20 or so. And I think this will happen within 2-3 weeks. Only. Keep in mind, the only way this happens, The only way this top portion happens is if you break this trend. And you gotta wait another week or so before this actually gets broken or potentially gets broken. It needs to break this $14 resistance and this trend line. If that gets broken, there's a big chance that it's gonna hit resistance, come back, retest as support, and then completely shoot to the upside. I can 100% see that playing out. But again, it has to break trend. I think BlackBerry is cool if you want to do short squeezes or whatever. But BlackBerry, you gotta wait till whatchamacallit. You gotta wait till that trend breaks. If that trend breaks, I would probably buy some calls to the upside. YouTube join membership is not on. Really? I gotta turn that on, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm so not good at this whole membership, YouTube, all that stuff. I gotta work on my thumbnails. I gotta work on my titles. I just create videos and I just post it, and people seem to really like that. But I gotta work on actually growing this account, man, because it's one of those things where I'm like, I just gotta do a lot better, to be honest, because I gotta work on my titles, my SEO, my keywords, all that good stuff. If you're just joining us, thank you for coming online. I know there's like a couple of people. I know there's a couple people on that just kind of came on. So thanks for coming on the chat and stuff. So super awesome to have you guys here. You're right about everything, just not AMC and GME. I actually have not been right on AMC at all. GME, I gotta disagree with you. I think I've been right on GameStop about like 95% of the time. I mean, every single drop that GameStop has ever had, I called like way before it actually happened. And I sold my positions on GameStop and I bought at the bottom. I've done this multiple times already. So AMC, I 100% agree with you, Ali Kermani. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that. I'm sorry if I am pronouncing that wrong, Ali Kermani. Oh, Kermani. But GameStop, I've been right about that like 95% of the time. If you saw my recent TA I did last week on Friday, I basically said that we're going to see another run. And what happened on Tuesday? Another run. I got to disagree. I got to disagree, bro. Let me go up here. Man, there's a lot of... Man, you guys are really going hard on the chat, man. I got to catch up to everything. I got to stop. YouTube membership takes 30% cut of money. Patreon takes 5%. Yeah, I mean, I'll stick to Patreon. For those of you that just kind of came in, I just started a Patreon today. You guys can just search it at patreon.com / but I'm not a trader. I'll put it on the chat again because I know we just had some new people come on and stuff. I did not know that. I did not know that that YouTube took 30%. That's crazy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. I wouldn't want them to take that much money. I'll stick to Patreon. It seems like Patreon is going to be the go-to for me. GameStop will be running to 330. Yeah, I think GameStop is going to run to 330. That's what we talked about my last. Like, I mean, I've had this set up for a while now, right? Am I the only one that's been talking about this? I don't know. Has anybody else been talking about GameStop? I think GameStop is going to run to at least fill that gap. And I do have my previous next resistance at like 345, 346. I think there's a high chance. But like I said, keep in mind the daily is about to turn bearish, right? So last time we saw a bearish on the daily, we went down 166, 150. You went down 20 points. So you might see another, this week, you might see another $180 GameStop before pushing up. That's why I gave you guys two scenarios, right? GameStop can either push up to the upside immediately when the week opens, or you see a drop to 180 first and then runs. I don't think GameStop is dropping down to 150 again, at least not this upcoming week. I think that the most that GameStop can drop this upcoming week is down to 180, 188, 190. And then run to the upside. But I don't disagree with you. I think GameStop is going to run. I think GameStop is going to create peaks this upcoming week. That's what I think. GameStop will rally in September. Expect the MOAS. Maybe. I don't really like putting dates on the MOAS. You know, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm not gonna, you know, put dates on certain things because I have no idea when the MOAS is gonna happen, right? Do I think it's gonna happen? I think there's a very strong chance that, you know, the mother of all short squeezes actually happens. Um, oh, you know what? Let me actually jump on Bitcoin really quick because it's actually getting really close to touching 50K. I didn't realize that, but USD. And another thing, I told you guys about BitF or Bitfarms. Like a week or two ago, I actually ended up buying uh, like a ten I think like $10,000 of Bitfarms on Friday because I thought that, you know, Bitcoin and everything else was gonna rally to the upside this weekend. So I actually bought about 10K of Bitfarms, and I bought like a contract or two for calls just to kind of give you a little bit more leverage because, you know, I did think that Bitcoin was going to push to 50K this weekend on Friday. Um, so we got to wait and see. But yeah, Bitcoin is doing pretty well. Um, and why am I excited? So if you guys are new to this channel, there's very little times when I get extremely excited. And right now, I am extremely excited about Bitcoin. If you guys know why, put it in the chat. Put in the chat why I'm excited right now. There's two things that I'm noticing where I'm about about why about Bitcoin. And there's only two things. And this is what I'm gonna be revealing in my Patreon, right? I'm gonna give you guys exactly my settings for TradingView. I'm gonna give you guys everything, right? And there's no like 3, 4 different tiers. There's just one tier, right? I don't want to complicate things. It's one tier. You get like everything, right? Um, you know, sorry that I gotta keep pushing it over here, but yeah, this is it. But I'm not a trader. Patreon. Go sign up. Go subscribe. Go follow whatever that is. But the reason I'm excited about Bitcoin is we are about to close a bullish day on the reverse MACD. Bullish day. Keep in mind, it looks like we're about to close. We're gonna close in 22 hours. If we close bullish, the stoke is overbought. What has happened every single time that we've had, you know, closes on the we've had bull triggers on the reverse MACD, and we've had the stochastic being overbought. Let's give you an example of what's going on. Right? Boom. The first instance, we rally to highs of right there. We go up $6,974 in 4 days. Second instance of being oversold. You know what? I got to get rid of this. Or you know what? Let me just extend it out because I hate when I can't see the candles. There you go. So where is this? Let me take out. So first instance, $6,900. Second time, boom. We go up $3,500. That's the second time. Third time, we rally how much? Third time, $3,900. The same thing as this last big candle on the upside. We have not even closed a bullish day on the daily for Bitcoin. It's barely gonna happen, and guess what? We're already over 40. We're already over that 48,623 support. We're already over it. We're already over that support right here. Wait, am I using? I'm not. Oh, I'm not even using Coinbase. There we go. Actually, I don't want to. That's a different chart. I don't want to make it too complicated. So, we haven't even, you know, created or closed above. So let's keep it on the low side, right? So the first time we went up $6,900. The second two times we did 35 and then 3,900 respectively. If we do on the low side, $3,500 to the upside in 5 days, $3,500, we can see a 52K Bitcoin by September 2nd, which is like midweek, this upcoming week, which I think is highly possible. On the high side, if we do end up rallying, like the very first rally, $6,900 from these lows, again, same days, same 5 days, $6,900 would actually put us closer to previous resistance of 55K. So there's two scenarios right now. As soon as we close a bullish day from peak lows of that day, we are looking at either a 52K or a 55K Bitcoin by sometime midweek of this upcoming week. Maybe at the latest by next weekend, right? Because we can definitely trade sideways. But this is why I'm excited. Every single time you have the stochastic being overbought and the reverse MACD creating bull signals to the upside, right? Giving us that those bull closes like we need, you see these huge pushes. And let me drink some water real quick. Because I've been talking for a while and my mouth is like drying up. You know, the reason I'm excited is because I love when the stochastic is overbought, and I love when the reverse MACD is basically telling me, yo, if you're short, sell and go long because we're about to, we're about to run hard. And that's historically, that's happened so many times on all crypto. For whatever reason, crypto loves being overbought and having bull pushes to the upside. Those are when the big moves are made. Those are when the huge moves are made to the upside. For example, look at the last run we had, right, on the weekly. What happened? We were oversold ever since here on the weekly. Oversold roughly right here, right? That's when it started. Boom, we rallied high to the high side. Again, oversold, or overbought. What happened? We went from lows of 38K all the way up to $58,000. Same thing here. We saw lows of 50, we rallied all the way up to 61,000, right? And it wasn't until we actually started creating these bearish triggers that we actually started going down. But keep in mind, I shorted Bitcoin back here, back on May, right here. I shorted Bitcoin back at these levels, back at like $58,000, $60,000. Why? Because we were getting that huge overbought. We were getting that huge overbought structure on Bitcoin, and guess what happened? We were oversold, or we were overbought on the stochastic. We were creating clear lows, and it was basically telling me to sell. So I started shorting up here, and took it all the way down to like 30K. I got out of all my positions at 30K. I got out. I thought that we were going to run all the way back down to $20,000. That's what I thought. I still think that's a possibility, in the coming weeks, because, like I said, there's other instances where I think that Bitcoin can still drop. But again, super excited about what's going to happen in the next week or so with Bitcoin. We need this to close on the bull side for that candle. I think we're going to rally extra hard if Bitcoin closes a bullish day. I think it's going to be awesome. Love my ass off. Other clowns in the comment section said you were crazy when you said GameStop to 150. Yeah, it's just, the thing is though, all I do is just give you guys TA, right? I just give you guys what the chart shows me. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. There's a lot of times where I think I'm like 99% sure about something happening. And GameStop going back down to 150, I thought it was going to happen. I took my profit out and then I went back in. It's simple TA, right? It's simple TA. And then just right here, he said it was going to 100. GameStop could have easily gone to 100. GameStop could have easily gone to $100. It was all TA. It was simple structure that was happening, right? So it was back here. So I said GameStop was going to 100 back here in the beginning of August, where it was starting to break trend. And I said, you know what? I think there's a very strong chance that if this gets broken to the low side, you're going to see GameStop back at 100, $103, because there is no support or resistance here. There's no support. There's no resistance. Once it breaks the support at, at 150, and you start trailing down and break that trend, you're going to go all the way back down to 102. But what happened instead? You stayed on trend. Look at that. You stayed on trend. It's not hard to tell. Look at that. You stayed on trend. It never got broken. It got broken here, but it got broken to the resistance, and the trend got broken and came back, right? But right here, it still stayed on trend. If you would have seen GameStop go from like here down like this and actually created a candle down here, you could have easily seen GameStop come back up, retest, and dump all the way back down to 100. That's just how it works, man. That's just how stocks work. Like 99% of the time, that's just how it's gonna work. And I'm sorry if you're into GameStop a whole bunch. I have 110 shares of GameStop, right? I have like a 20K position in GameStop, so it's not a small position, but I'm giving you guys unbiased TA, whether you like it or not. You know, I can say, oh, Bitcoin. You know, back when I was saying that Bitcoin was gonna crash down to like the 30s, down to possibly 20s, everybody was all like, "You're fucking crazy." Everybody was telling me like, "You're crazy. Why would you ever say that Bitcoin is gonna crash? Bitcoin's going to 100K," and people were saying this in March. And no, I knew that it was gonna drop, so I opened up my shorts because guess what? Like I'm not BSing like other people. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. No, I opened up my shorts on Doggy and I opened up shorts on Bitcoin. I shorted the market. I made like 15 grand off of all the shorts combined, right? I sold out and I shorted on Forex, right? I shorted on my Forex account. I didn't short on like Coinbase or whatever. I don't know if you can short on Coinbase or other exchanges like that, but you know, I put my money where my mouth is. I shorted the market, ended up going down. I made money, and then now you see it rally to the high side. So, yeah, I did say GameStop was going to $100, but that's just, you know, I'm giving you the structure of what could have happened, and it didn't. So that's why I changed my mind, and I'm like, you know what? It's going to run up because this is happening. So TA changes. TA can change dramatically in a day. I'm telling you guys that right now. Dramatically in a day. Are you buying Tesla options? Yes, I'm going to buy at least one Tesla option for, what did I say, like 60 days out? I think I'm buying at least one. I'm buying at least one. I forgot what my forecast was for Tesla. Let me zoom out to the weekly just to make sure. So what was it? Bullish case was 850 days. Super bullish case was 12 and 13, right? Yeah, so I think I'm going to be buying at least one contract. I might end up buying like a $700, an $800 contract for 60 days out, just to have a little bit of extra time. But yeah, I think I'm going to buy at least one, just to have some money in Tesla, because I think it has a strong dad. I think it has a really strong chance of moving up. Marcos Guzman, what's good? Tony, the video looking great on the breakout. Just joined the Patreon. Thanks, bro. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Thank you, Marcos. Yeah, I just, thank you to everybody who's joining the Patreon. I've already seen a couple emails come in about people joining. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to start posting this week on the Patreon. More than likely, so I'll give you guys like a schedule. I'll post like random updates or whatever. I'll post exclusive videos. I got to work on the how to trade videos too. But I'll go into everything, right? I'll explain everything, and this is the Patreon and stuff. But yeah, I think for the most part, I think I'm only gonna do breakouts maybe like midweek, and then we're gonna be looking at it to the end of the week. And I'm gonna try to I'm gonna open up a Google sheet so that we can all share and keep track of all the breakout strategy and what we can actually expect to the high side. But I know that you brought up NVIDIA. NVIDIA looks absolutely great on it. I think NVIDIA looks great. NVIDIA looks super good. Yeah, look at that. NVIDIA looks really, really good. I think you're set up super solid to hit 240 in the next month. If you guys are new here, the breakout strategy is something that I taught, my subscribers on YouTube, to everybody following me here, that comes out that watches my videos, that comes out on the live and stuff. The breakout strategy is something that I've been using for a while, really just kind of to swing trade. I just started using options on it. Before, I was actually using it to swing trade, where I would basically just, buy on the weak candle to the upside and essentially ride it to the next fib, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I'm not going to go into it. I have plenty of videos on my YouTube that actually show you guys the breakout strategy. Just type in breakout strategy, but I'm not a trader at YouTube or on the search, or look through my videos, and you'll see a pretty solid explanation on how I do this. But yeah, NVIDIA looks awesome. I think NVIDIA looks great. There's been a lot of people using the breakout that have told me that it's working fantastic for them. On my Patreon, I am going to be giving you guys the full length process of, so here, for example, right? So I'll give you guys kind of like a sneak peek of what I actually, what the heck? Exit out, let me get out of here. So a sneak peek of what I usually do is I go on Market Beats, and I actually set my market caps to large caps, and I go by this is the new 52-week high, right? So I only look at 52-week highs. That way I know that the company is at least sustainable to the upside. So already that's one trigger that we need off our list. We need it to be breaking relative highs, which we'll look for something here. So we'll look for, what is it? CrowdStrike. Oh, I hate CrowdStrike. It didn't run the way that I want to. Let's go with Adobe, right? Let's go with like Adobe. See, we'll go into the chart. We'll see. Look at that. Look at that. We would have gotten into Adobe right here. This is exactly where we would have. Let me get rid of this. And again, the breakout strategy is only for weekly charts. I don't recommend it on the daily. I don't recommend this on crypto. I don't recommend this on anything else except for stocks, right? And there's a lot of it. There's a lot that goes into it. So, for Adobe, you would have. Everybody knows that that's trading the breakout strategy. We all know a perfect entry would have been right here. That would have been a perfect entry for all of us, right there in that spot. Anywhere between 527 and 539. Everybody that's following me would have gotten right here. That knows the breakout strategy. You would have hit. Well, if you would have bought options, they would have hit in what, 1, 2, in 3 weeks. You would have hit that Adobe play in 3 weeks. You could have possibly, and after actually looking at this would have probably been what? This would have been the first, second, and third TP that got hit. Oh, you know what? I might need to add my battery on here, or my charger, but you would have hit every single one. Look at that. Well, you would have more than likely, if you bought a month, that you would have been 1, 2, 3, 4. You would have had first and second TP hit 100%. Like it would have hit 100%. How do I expand this? Whatever. So this is essentially the breakout strategy, right? This is what I'm using. This is how it works. I think it's fantastic. You can talk to anybody in the chat to what is it called? To tell you how well it works if they've tested it. But yeah, just look at the videos. If you want to learn how to trade the breakout strategy, so far it's been doing pretty well. I'm actually going to go back, instead of buying options, I'm actually going to be swing trading this, which is what I did before. Before I started my YouTube, I was I was a swing trader, and I would only use this, right? So I would set my stop losses here. I would set my stop loss right here, previous fib, and I would set my take profit right there, and another one right here, another one right here, right? As soon as it hit this first price, I take out about 70-80% of my position. The actual fib, I would take out about half, and then I would let the other half ride it out. And what you can expect here is you're looking at, you want gains, right? So we'll do it right from the middle. You're looking at gains to the upside, respectively, gains like 7%, 10%, whatever. This is a very, very safe way of trading. And I can back this up because I've been doing it for so long, right? This is a very safe way of trading, at least for me. This is what I prefer. And I'm not saying that I would, oh, what am I doing? There we go, right there. Right there too. So, if you took, your take profit, your very first one would have been a 7% gain. Second take profit would have been 10%. Third take profit would have been 14%. So you could have seen, if you bought let's say 50 shares, you would have taken, if you bought 50 shares, you would have taken out 40 shares here. You would have taken out 5 shares here and 5 shares here. So it's just one of those things where I like to do. And again, all I do is go to Market Beat, look at the 52-week highs, literally go down the list of the 52-week highs. Keep it at big market caps because those tend to actually have liquidity in them. But it's a fairly simple It's a very, very, very simple strategy to follow, and it's pretty consistent. It's not gonna make you millions of dollars, if you don't have the kind of money, right? You need money to make money, and if you have like $1,000, this could definitely grow your account little by little in maybe like a couple of months to like a year, and it's consistent, right? So you can trade this for years. This can be your strategy for years. And if you have enough money to actually trade and swing trade this, you could potentially leave your job or leave whatever you want to do. But again, the strategy is made to be consistent, and it's made to be used with a lot of money. It's not made to be used with like $100 or $1,000, right? You can use it for $1,000, but I generally use this minimum with like a $10,000 play. So if it does go up like 7%, 10%, I'm making $1,000 per swing trade. I'm making $700 per swing trade. I'm making $2,000 per swing trade. So it really just depends on the amount that you use. My dad let me borrow the credit card, getting Patreon. So, don't get my Patreon or subscribe if you have to use your dad's credit card, man. I don't want to, take your dad's money or whatever. I don't want to, only subscribe if you actually have the money for it. I don't want you guys to waste your money. Obviously you're gonna have access to everything, but I don't want you using your dad's credit card, man. I hope your dad's okay with it. If that is a serious comment, I hope your dad is okay. I hope your dad is okay with doing that. Blue Core, ICLR, Netflix, HBAN. You don't need to do much TA. Just check for the breakout potential. 100%, man. Blue Core, 100. He's been doing the breakout strategy since I taught it, and he's been trying to learn. He's been doing really, really well. I know Blue Core has been, constantly giving me really good tickers on what to look for, right? So Blue Core is definitely like my second set of eyes, and also Marcos Guzman. They've been like my second set of eyes, and they've definitely learned a lot. So big shout out to those two, man. I definitely have a lot of respect for Blue Core and Marcos, man. They've definitely. I like to think that they've definitely grown a lot. That's what I like to think. I think that they've definitely done a lot of growth, and I hope that they've learned a lot of trading just from watching my videos. So yeah, Bitcoin's doing pretty well. It looks like it might close bullish, a bullish 4-hour candle within the next 2 hours, but until those 2 hours are up, I'm not really looking at Bitcoin right now. MM, what's up, Tony? What's up, dude? What's up, MM? How's it going, man? I will be joining Patreon as well. Brilliant work, Tony. You come highly recommended. I watched a lot of your videos, and I'm a big fan now. And Steve Khan, thanks, man. Super appreciate that. Like I said, I didn't even know that this YouTube thing was gonna be a thing. I started posting videos, and it ended up working for people, and all the stuff that I talked about ended up working. So I'm just happy that I'm not, like being stupid or anything. Like I'm happy that it's helping you guys out. I thought that I was gonna lose I thought that everything that I've been a pretty consistently good trader for a while. So I, at least when it comes to my own money, I'm okay risking it. But when it comes to me like doing TA for other people, I know that like there's a kind of not a responsibility, but it's more of like I gotta be extra accurate and cautious, because even though I say don't do this, don't do that, I'm just giving you guys what I think of regular TA, right? I'm just my own opinion, and then you guys have to decide for yourselves, right? But again, I try to be as accurate as possible, just to make sure that everybody is like not losing money, or at least I'm not losing money, for that reason, basically. So MG highly recommended you, and I'm a big fan of your work now. MG, who's MG? I don't know who MG is. MG. Nassif, can you tell me who MG? I have no idea who MG is. I don't know who that is. I saw a run up on all memes because they cover a few FTD shares on memes. Yeah, if GameStop moons, everything. Yeah, you're right. So Cool Kid 503, I agree with you. If GameStop moons, everything else moons. Yeah, I don't think everything runs as hard as GameStop, but yeah, everything does run when GameStop runs. Are you buying Tesla call options? Yes, I'm buying at least one on Monday. how much is it going to dump? 30 or 60%. So I think Bitcoin is going. I don't know if it's going to dump 30 or 50%. I definitely do think that there's a strong chance that it dumps at least minimum 30%. And that's, let me show you guys the chart, right? So the last time I gave you guys a chart on what I think it can actually drop was back when I shorted Bitcoin, right? So I released a video. I released a very in-depth video of why I think it's gonna crash. I'll explain. I'll go into detail here. Okay, so I don't want to say it's complicated. It's not too hard to understand, but again, I understand this, so I don't expect a lot of people to understand this. Every single time crypto has been on a monthly bear cycle, which we are in right now. Keep in mind, we have not ended the month cycle, the bear cycle that we are in for the monthly chart. So don't think for 1 second that we are out of this bear cycle, right? We did see a huge rise from 30K to almost 50, or we did hit 50, right? But keep in mind we are still in a monthly bear cycle. Every single time that we start a bear cycle for Bitcoin, the very first instance that we close a bearish week on Bitcoin, we dump about 30 to 60%. So here, I'll give you guys an explanation. Green vertical line is the start of the bear cycle. Red vertical line is the end of the bear cycle. Green vertical line is the start of the bear cycle. The red is the end of the bear cycle. Green vertical line is the start of the bear cycle. There is no end to the bear cycle right here. No end right now. There's no end at all right now, right? So we're still in that bear cycle right now currently. The very first instance where we close a bear week on Bitcoin, the first time, again, this goes back years, right? I already did this for years. I just simplified this for you guys for the last 2 times. Back in 2018, the very first instance where we closed the bear week on Bitcoin, you dropped 30%. The second time where we had that bear cycle on the monthly, the very first time that weekly bear was created, you dropped 60%. I'm forecasting that Bitcoin is going to be creating its very first bear week sometime in the next week or 2. And that's because we're definitely starting to suffer on the bullish momentum side, right? I think that peak for Bitcoin this time is going to be somewhere in the 55K range. That's what I'm forecasting. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm saying that's what I think is possibly going to happen. I think Bitcoin is going to run to 55K. It's going to create that very first bear week trigger, and it's going to drop 30 or 60% within, what was it? Let me see, how long did they last? So 14 or 28 days. I got to go with maybe like 30 days to make it conservative, right? So if we do create a bear week as soon as we hit 55K, from those weeks of 55K, from that week high of 55K, what's 30% down, right? 30% in, so 30% would put us at somewhere right there, right? A drop from 55K, a 60% drop would put us at, like around 60, would put us at $22,000 for a Bitcoin. Keep in mind, these are estimates. I'm not saying that this is exactly going to happen to these. It's not going to hit exactly here, but I can definitely see Bitcoin as soon as we close a bear week. Again, I'm saying as soon as we close. I'm not saying right now. This can definitely go bullish again, and we can run to $100,000. I'm saying that if once Bitcoin closes a bear week, I can see from whatever those highs are, those new highs are, I can see us dropping 30 to 60%. If the high for Bitcoin is 55K, right? Let's assume that it is. Let's assume that it's right here. In 30 days or so, from that close, 30 days. Yeah, I don't want to use that, but again, you're gonna see either here or you're gonna see here. After that week close, whenever we actually create a bear week on Bitcoin. Oh, I hate TradingView right now. I hate the new update, but that's the thing that I wanted to explain to you guys, right? So it really just depends on what the highs are for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin can rally to $100,000, but if it creates a bear week at 100K, I think it can drop minimum at least 30%. So it'll drop down to like $70,000. And I would say that I would definitely probably short Bitcoin at those levels. I personally would short Bitcoin at whenever we create a bear week. I would probably short Bitcoin. Just letting you guys know. I'd probably short Doggy as well. Doggy tends to drop a bunch when that happens. So, do you think Doggy can reach $10? No, I do not think Doggy will ever hit $10. If it does, whoever's holding it, absolutely amazing to you guys who are holding. I don't think Doggy is ever gonna hit $10. Never. But yeah, I think Bitcoin is I think Bitcoin is going to drop 30 to 60% as soon as a bear week gets created. That's just, either you like that or you don't like it. It's fine. That's what I think is going to happen, right? So NIO, yeah, NIO's basically doing, yeah, NIO's going back down to like $35. I think NIO's going down to $35. It's gonna be closing a bear cycle again for the daily pretty soon, and it's already oversold. So if anything, this should actually be moved down to like 32. I think in the next week or two, we're definitely gonna see a $35 NIO, if not lower, to $32. I think that's what's gonna happen in NIO. I'm definitely bearish on Chinese stocks right now. I think Chinese stocks are. Oh yeah. Sorry, Blue Core. That was somebody else. Yeah, you didn't ask for the Disney TA. That was somebody else that asked for that. I just saw the little like blue icon, or like the what is it called? The your profile pic, and I saw it was blue, and I just assumed it was you. Can you do TA on the DXY and TLT, please? Yeah, sure, man. I'm actually still holding my TLT calls for about a year out, I think. Still holding TLT calls. Definitely still 100% bullish on TLT. I think TLT is doing pretty solid. Has a gap to fill at 149. Oh, actually, never mind. That was my bad. Doesn't have a gap to fill at 149. But I think it has a pretty. I think it's going to keep running to the upside. I think TLT is going to run to the upside. See, so it's going to have another. I think it's going to have another bull push. About $4, so maybe somewhere here. 7 days. Yeah, I think maybe in like another 2 weeks or so, we can definitely see another 152 TLT. I'm bullish on TLT. It broke trend on the downside, but I am still pretty bullish on TLT. I don't think it's really going to go anywhere. Why don't I have any support or resistance set up? What is wrong with me? I'm pretty sure I had support and resistance set up on TLT. No idea why that went away. And I do not feel like spending 10, 20 minutes on finding support and resistance on all this mess going on right here on TLT. But yeah, I gotta say I'm still pretty bullish on TLT. If you guys can see, the monthly on TLT is still creating bigger bull pushes. So, push 1 is right here at that -2 level. Push 2 is at -5. Push 3 is at -6 on the reverse MACD, and we still have a long way to go for the stochastic on the momentum, right? So I'm not looking at selling until we're like somewhere here, like at a 90 level on the stochastic. I think there's still a lot of momentum on the upside for TLT, and I think I still think that we're going to like, what is it, 170-ish? yeah, I'm still very, very bullish on TOT. I still think that we're definitely headed from, to the upside, and we're actually going to be creating a bull, closing a bull candle on the daily chart. Um, and you actually just had a golden cross too. Again, I don't really like golden crosses because whatever. But I mean, for those of you guys that do like it, golden cross on TOT right there, golden cross. And yeah, I think we're still going up. TOT is a very long-term play. TOT is not something that you want to play like a month or two out. I have calls for a year out on TOT. I think, oh, it dropped. Oh, look at that. What the heck? Wow, that's a pretty big drop on the DXY. Daily is bearish. The week just turned bearish on the DXY. No way. It's still on. It's still on. We're still good to go. We're still good to go on TOT. We're still good to go on crypto. It had a nice push on the upside, but look at that. Oh, dude, I had not looked at the DXY for so long. Yeah, see, my running theory is still that we're gonna go down here. I still think there's a chance that we're gonna see negatives. Sorry, not negatives. A $90 DXY or lower. I still think that's gonna happen. That's so crazy. I did not see the DX. Look at that. Oh man. Damn, the monthly is still looking bullish though. The monthly is bullish on the DXY, but look at that. It hasn't really moved all that much. Even though it's bullish. See, it created a bullish month back in February, but it hasn't really done much. It went from 90 to 90. Yeah, it hasn't done too much on that bullish month creation. I'm looking more at the weekly right here. This is what I'm looking at. I still think this can play out. I still think that this can play out. I still think this is going to play out. I still think we're going down at DXY. I mean, we can set it up there, but it broke a little bit to the downside. This small little trend up. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, man, I gotta go with 93. Yeah, I mean, I hope that it goes down, the DXY. If the DXY crashes, I'm telling you guys right now, if the DXY comes back to like here, back to like what, January levels, we're gonna see a pretty rough. Well, actually, no. If the DXY crashes, we're gonna see a really, really, really strong stock market and a really strong crypto market. So if the dollar keeps going up, the stock market can potentially crash, and crypto can go lower. If the DXY crashes, everything else is going to go up. So one thing you guys need to understand is a strong dollar equals a weak market for crypto and for the stock market. A weak dollar is essentially a very strong market and a very strong crypto market because you have a flood of money going back and forth. But yeah, I mean, I want 11% battery. I might on for an hour and 18 minutes. I'll stay on for like another 15 minutes or so. I'll stay on for like 15 minutes to like do a little bit more tea. Let me scroll down because what is it called? Because I've been stuck on the top for a while. Let me actually connect the charger because I feel like it's like getting slower and I don't want to have a low stream for you guys. So that should work a little bit right there. Also, let me know if you guys like the scheduled live stream. I actually scheduled it, I think, earlier today. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing the schedule just so because I know a lot of people say that you guys don't get my notifications, and I figured this is probably the best way to do it otherwise. So I'm gonna do MG is Marcos. Oh yeah. Okay, so cool. Yeah, so Marcos, yeah. So thank you to Marcos, man. He's been super supportive this whole time, and I think Marcos is great, man. Honestly, super supportive since the beginning. Tesla calls, yeah. Tesla is doing great, man. I think Tesla's gonna run up hard. Tony, trust me, your TA has helped a lot of people make money. I hope so, man. Anonymous Godfather. I hope that it has made people. It's helped people make money, man. That's what we're trying to do, bro. I love schedule. Thank you. I'll keep doing the schedule. That's what I want to do because I know that a lot of people don't get notifications and stuff, and I think it's definitely a good solution to the problem of no notifications. Big. So we're talking about BBIG, right? So short squeeze, random videos, BBIG squeeze. Is there gonna be a squeeze for BBIG? You guys know that I don't like playing too many like short squeezes and stuff. I don't look at short interest, all that stuff. But what I can see is you just closed. Damn. Actually, BBIG's technicals are actually looking really good. What does a monthly look like? Monthly is bullish. Weekly is just. You know what? I would be completely comfortable buying calls right now on BBIG. I'd say it has a strong chance of running to the upside. Look at that. So on average, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think you probably have another 2 weeks of bullish momentum to the upside for BBIG. And you just have this huge candle. Small, I mean, you have a gap here from 309 to 333. So eventually you're probably going to come back and fill that. But this is, remember how I told you guys of the, don't try to stop a moving train? I think this is the beginning of BBIG and not stopping a moving train. I can definitely see BBIG running to the upside pretty hard. I mean, what can we expect? What's a rough estimate? Look at that. Almost perfectly touches the 1. I think next stop for BBIG is probably going to be $8.68. From the way that it's running like this, I can definitely expect it to run back up to here. So maybe like a month and a half calls out for BBIG. That would not be a bad play, honestly. And you guys know that I don't like doing short squeezes. You guys know that I don't like doing a lot of the what is it called? I don't like doing a lot of like meme stocks or short squeezes, but BBIG looks pretty solid. I mean, BBIG looks pretty good just on TA. I think it definitely has a strong chance of running to the upside, especially because it just closed a bullish week. What is it called? It just closed a bullish week last week, so I think it definitely has a really strong chance of going up. MMAT. What is MMAT? What do they do? Meta Materials. Is this steel? Steel. I mean, it closed the bullish week. What does a monthly look like? Monthly is bearish. You know what? Let me set this up real quick. So another thing that I will be teaching you guys is how to actually look at your monthly cycles and what to expect. So where's the first monthly cycle? So monthly cycle is here, and we're running. We are bearish though. Ugh. I don't like MA. If you guys are asking me about like a short squeeze, the only reason I don't like MMAT is, keep in mind that, MMAT just had it's officially in a bearish cycle for the monthly chart. I'll change this to we'll do red, right? Like a red vertical line. So the start of it was actually right there. We'll make that green, and the same thing for last time. I don't gotta talk about that, but last time you actually saw these two huge runs to the upside. You were within a bear cycle, right? So this is a bear cycle right here. This is bear cycle. This is your bullish cycle. This is a monthly bullish cycle. Let me see, right there. So bullish monthly cycle, right? Your bullish monthly cycle is right here. This whole section, right? As of right now, after this red vertical line to the right side. So essentially, anything after here, anything after June 28th, the week of, this is all considered this is a bear cycle right now. We are in a bear cycle to the right of this. And the only reason why I would say I don't like MMAT, bearish monthly cycle. The only reason why I would not play this is because I only like doing things when it's an absolute perfect confluence for me, right? I would not do this because every single time, again, I'm not saying that it can't run up all the way back up to like infinity, right? But again, what happened when you had these moves to the upside? You had the monthly chart, start, end, and you had the monthly runs here. You had the runs up there. Right now, this is the very first instance where you create essentially a bull. You close a bull week, and the stochastic is hitting bottoms, right? It's creating clear bottoms. The only reason I wouldn't play this is because you're in a monthly cycle. You're in a bearish monthly cycle. I don't know if this is going to go up and then come back down. I don't know if this is going to trade sideways. I would not play this unless we're in another bull cycle for MMAT. That's the only reason why, right? That's really it. I'm not saying don't play this. I'm not saying it's not a good play. I'm not saying, you guys shouldn't do it. Do your own research. Me personally, I wouldn't do this because I would not be able to compare what happened here to what's going to happen, everything going forward. Just because back here, from the week of June 1st to, the week of June 28th, this was a full bullish cycle right here. A full bullish cycle. Everything after this vertical red line is a bearish monthly cycle. So I can't even compare anything that happened here to what's happened here. So it might run up to the upside. It looks like it's gonna run up. I don't know how much it's gonna run, but it looks like it's gonna push to the upside. I would say, if I had to give an analysis on this, I would say that it's probably going to go to. Let me see if I can find an actual solid support, right? So we'll do right there. This is right. There's resistance right there, resistance right there, resistance right there, resistance right there. So let's go a little bit more in depth. I don't want to create too much support and resistance just because I don't want. Is that a gap? Wait, that's a damn it. You know what? I might be extremely bullish on this already. If you guys do have a squeeze, I gotta admit, just from that gap, I'd say you guys can probably do that. Fill that gap, and then dump all the way back down. Man, why did there have to be a squeeze, dude? I was about to why did there have to be a gap? I was about to bash this ticker for all it's worth. I gotta say, I want to say I'm bullish on this. Again, I wouldn't play this because there's too many things that I don't like that are part of this ticker. I think that because the weekly just closed a bullish week, on the weekly chart you just had a bullish week close. I think there's definitely a chance that you go up to a solid number. I don't have a forecast right now for you guys. I don't want to make a forecast for this. I think the direction for this is going to be up. And that's just me completely guessing out of my butt because there's too many condescending things for this ticker, and I don't even want to recommend anything to anybody because I have no idea what's going to happen with this. But I got to say that gap looks awfully tasty between $11.82 and $13.69. That looks like a big gap too. So that looks like what? How big is this gap? That's a 15% gap. That's gonna get filled, man. Eventually, this gap is gonna get filled. Man, fuck. Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks good. Can you check out Cosmo and what you think of Netflix Cosmo? I think I already did I already do a TA on Cosmo? You mean Adam? Atom, right? Atom Cosmo. Atom USD. Atom is Cosmo, right? Is that it? Is Atom Cosmo? Random videos is Atom Cosmo? Are you still here, bro? Who wanted Cosmo? Oh, stay lifted, bro. Can you, is Cosmo Atom? I just want to make sure because I have no idea what this ticker is. I've never looked at Cosmo before. Do I mess with mainstream stocks? Nike, Apple, Microsoft? 100%, dude. Nike, if you saw my breakout strategy, I made so much fucking money on Nike and Apple. I made so much fucking money on Nike and Apple. It's not even funny. I love Microsoft. Microsoft is my favorite company in the world. I do have a long-term portfolio that I have that's in my like 401k and all that stuff. So most of my portfolio is on big FANG stocks, like big tech stocks, all that stuff. And my dad's portfolio is actually mostly in stocks like that. So so yeah, Cosmos is Atom. Okay, I'll do Atom. But yeah, I love Nike, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. I just told you guys I have like a $40,000 Amazon swing right now that I'm using or that I'm doing. I'll keep you guys updated on that. So for generally for stocks like not stocks, I'm sorry, for generally for crypto that isn't what is it called? Generally for crypto that is not Bitcoin, I wouldn't say that I don't like doing TA, but the easy answer here is if Bitcoin goes up, if Bitcoin goes up, Atom is gonna go up. Atom, oh shit, Atom is looking already bullish on the month. Dude, if we close bullish on there, what was the last run up? How much did it go up the last? Oh shit, I might have to buy a bag of Atom. How much did it hit? What was the highs? Peak highs, so not actually there. It went up 10x. Fuck. You know what? If the monthly closes, right? If the monthly closes bullish, shit, that looks good. If the monthly closes bullish, yeah, oh man, I might have to pick up a couple grand of Atom, honestly. That looks super solid. Atom looks super solid. If you guys are new to the channel, I gotta throw the plug in there. I just made my Patreon today, but I'm not a trader. It's all access for everything. You guys can go on here. I'm gonna start posting this week, just a bunch of stuff. But I had to throw in the plug in there one last time. Atom, dude, yeah, Atom looks good. I think this was actually one of the ones that I said that I was gonna buy the least amount. From what I think I made a video of if crypto crashes, which ones I'm loading up on. I think Atom is solid, dude. I think Atom has a strong chance of going up maybe another full. You know what? I don't know if it'll go full 100% since this was just a $25 run up. You might see 100% on the monthly. Yeah, I would say buying Cosmos right now is a good idea, but we would have to wait for that close on the monthly. I don't want to FOMO into it. Atom looks good as far as TA goes. I don't think I got too much TA on Atom. I think it looks pretty solid. You have resistance you're gonna have resistance at $24 for sure, like $24.50. We'll have. Oh, that's my little girl. She just my wife and her just got home. You have on the monthly, yeah, on the monthly it's looking good, man. It's looking solid. I'd say short term it's headed back to $24. That's gonna be your major resistance. I think Atom once it crosses over 24,658, whatever that resistance is, I think it's gonna run hard. I think there's a really big potential of it running hard. We're on the daily. Let me see if I can add a little bit more resistance here. So we have spot 2. Yeah. So you're definitely gonna have resistance at here. The next big 3 resistances are gonna be at 24.6, 27, 20 roughly, and then $30. If you can get past $30. Like if Atom can do something like this, watch, I'll show you. So if Atom actually breaks to the upside and closes a candle above here like a daily, I think it's going to drop back down to 30 bucks, retest, and then shoot up to the upside. I think there's a very, very, very strong chance of Atom running super hard to the upside. I'll tell you that right now. I think the next stop for Atom might be 34, 50 bucks. I think you can definitely see that. You know what? I'll actually move this a little bit to the higher side. So move this there. We'll move this here. I think that's definitely possible. Something like that with Atom. So you have it run to like 34 bucks. If it actually beats previous highs, run to 34, come back and retest 30 bucks, and then run all the way up to like 50 bucks. I think Atom is going to be solid. TA, solid, man. It's just TA just looks really solid. You are back at TikTok since you posted that NFT video. Oh, dude, yeah, I got banned from TikTok for a while, so that kind of sucks. I thought I lost my account. I think on TikTok I have like 43,000, 43,500. What is it called? 43,500 followers, and I'm like, oh damn, well that's down the drain. And then I found out that I'm not banned, and I think that TikTok reversed the crypto ban, so that was pretty cool. DBIG up 45% after hours. Jesus, dude, I gotta look at how it's actually doing. How do I start my 401k? So a 401k is actually started. There's one of two things how you can start your 401k. A 401k can be started within your company wherever you work, if they actually offer you a 401k. If you do not have a 401k and your company does not offer you a 401k, you can actually open up what is a Roth IRA or a 401k with like your bank. There's plenty of companies that offer it. There's plenty of very solid companies that offer it. I think a very reputable one, I think, is Voya. Voya does a really good job. I think if I had to recommend one for like a Roth IRA or a 401k or like a growth account, I would definitely recommend opening up like a Voya account. And every single time you get paid, I think that you can basically take money out of your check or whatever, or your bank account, and you can fund your portfolio or your long-term 401k, your long-term Roth IRA, with your paycheck directly or with your bank. But again, there's a lot of what is it called? There's a lot of companies that can help you out with that. So I think first, whatever your bank is, you can definitely go to your bank and ask there. And if you're not in your bank, you can look for other companies like Voya, for example, and you can start your 401k or your Roth IRA, and that's definitely a good way to start. I don't recommend trading if you don't have a Roth IRA or a 401k or some sort of long-term investment. I cannot stand when people do not have a long-term portfolio. I think it's a huge mistake. You can make so much money by just compounding and investing like $100 a month on your long-term portfolio, and I recommend it so much to everybody, especially if you're young. You have no idea how much it can help you out in the long term, man. 100%. I think you have to have a long term before you start trading. 100%. Tony, do you invest in penny stocks since you're good doing TA? Since you're good at TA, I don't. I actually don't like penny stocks. I don't like biotech. I don't like ridiculously volatile stocks. I've never really liked them. I think they're too volatile. I think that they're not as predictable with TA. I think when you want to trade, when you want to trade very low liquidity, like penny stocks or anything with a low market cap, the manipulation is very easy for those kind of tickers. So I definitely think a big issue is volume. I know there's a lot of good people that can trade penny stocks. I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna say that I'm ever gonna be good at trading penny stocks, because I don't think I am. I would never trade penny stocks. I would never recommend penny stocks to anybody. I think that penny stocks are not the way to go, especially for a trader. I think if you're gonna be new to trading, you should not do options. You should not do penny stocks, and you should definitely have a long-term portfolio first, and then you should start swing trading. I think swing trading is amazing. I think there's so much that can be done in swing trading, which is holding your position for maybe potentially, a week, multiple weeks, multiple months. I just think most of the money is made swing trading. And you can go to any big firm. You can go to Goldman Sachs. I have like two friends that are actually traders for Goldman Sachs. I have a couple of buddies that work at what is it called? Jesus Christ. A couple of buddies that work at Bank of America. I have a couple of more friends that work at banks. But as far as like my actual trading friends that work at Goldman, like everybody has a long-term portfolio. Everybody. And they don't start trading unless they actually have something long-term or some sort of investment, man. And yeah, it just, don't do penny stocks. Don't do penny stocks. Don't do options. I don't recommend options if you don't know, or if you're not an advanced trader, to be honest. I'll stop it at there. But yeah, that's basically it. Marcos, Tony, you inspired me to pass knowledge on to people I have been recommending to this channel. By the way, peep the comment I wrote for Amazon if you can. Marcos, oh, sure. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, bro. Thank you. You've been, man, I cannot give enough props to Marcos, man. He's been here since almost like day one, and he's always been super supportive, man. So, you know what, Marcos, dude, I will personally offer to teach you one-on-one, bro. Hit me up anytime. I'm gonna teach you how to trade one-on-one, dude. You got me for like a solid couple of hours to ask me anything, dude. We'll set something up, Marcos. So whatever you want, dude, you let me know, bro. I'll teach you one-on-one trading. You let me know, dude. I will teach you whatever you want to know, man. Everything I know. Let me go up, dude. What did you say about Amazon, dude? Marcos. So I see two of them right there. So your thing is pink at the end. Let me see. All right, bro. Dude, what the heck? This whole time I thought your name was, but I'm not TA trader. But I'm no TA trader. Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of people that telling me like what it was. My actual, like, what I actually put was, but I'm not a trader. I didn't even think about that. I didn't know that people were thinking about it like, but I'm no TA trader. That's actually pretty cool. That's a pretty, I just no idea that you saw that, bro. I tried doing my own TA on Amazon. I noticed after it had massive drops, it consolidates for about 17 days before making a massive move to the upside again. So I completely agree with that. Amazon does tend to follow patterns relatively well, especially when it's still bullish and when it has the 50 MA above the 200. So that is a super good catch, dude. I would have noticed that. That's kind of a high level TA play right there that you noticed. It's kind of a high level TA pattern, I guess is what I should say. And that's really how I do most of my TA trading. It's based off of historical patterns. And that's something that what you notice there is actually pretty solid because here, let's look at it. Let's look at Amazon. Right. So essentially what I have on Amazon is what I like to do is I like to use nothing happens in the market as coincidence, right? I don't think anything happens in the market as coincidence. I think for the most part, you can get a really good estimate of what something can do. So for example, here, right? You guys can see my forecast of what what happened on previous runs using my reverse MACD, first of all, but this is actually just using peak low to peak high, peak low to peak high, roughly how long it takes, and then doing like an estimation of when I actually think certain stuff is gonna hit. Again, peak low was roughly around like the beginning of that bear week of Amazon, right? So I do think that it's right here. I do think the bear week is right there, and you're gonna see another solid run of 677, 641. I'll be conservative and kind of stick to there, right? But he's right. Marcos is right. Generally, Amazon tends to follow a pattern really, really, really well. And you can do this by just looking at peak highs, peak lows, peak highs, peak lows, and then from peak lows to peak highs. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. I'll definitely release a video on how certain things trade, but you can get an abnormally accurate forecast by just looking at the way something behaves. Amazon is going to behave different from Apple. Apple is going to behave differently from Microsoft. Microsoft is going to behave differently from Best Buy or Shopify or whatever, right? But every single ticker responds in patterns, and I'm surprised nobody has seen this before, right? Like nobody's really been looking at it all that much. Like you can do like, for example, forecast, right? We'll do high, high to low, right? High to low, high to low, high to low, high, up here, to low. Let me delete all this stuff on the upside so it doesn't get confusing. Right, so I'll put that in a little bit later. My position's already filled in. But look at what happens, right? You guys can set this up yourself easily. Look at what happens. You can kind of get a rough estimate of what Amazon likes to do, right? Look at it. It drops 660 points in 21 days. 547 points in 21 days. 562 points in 28 days. 422 points in 14 days. Do you guys see a pattern here? Do you guys see a pattern here, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? And Marcos found that out by himself, right? There is you guys can get such a crazy estimate of what happens, and it's so obvious sometimes. And this is how, a lot of people are like, "Yo, dude, how are you so accurate? How are you doing this?" And I'm like, "It's just historical data. I'm a data programmer. I'm an engineer, right? I'm a developer by my trade, and this is what I do. My job is to look at trends, look at patterns, look at analysis, and give my company basically a recommendation or suggestions of what they should do to make more money, to grow, to do certain things, right?" And it's so funny how nobody has been talking about stuff like this. There's obvious patterns. I just pointed this out for you guys. Look at this. Ever since August 20th, so for 1 year, Amazon has given you a perfect example of what it's like to create perfect patterns every single time. Peak high to peak low, 21 days, $660, 21 days, 540, 28 days, 560, 14 days, 422, 35 days, 600. You can have a really, really, really good estimate on your trades, on your accuracy, just by looking at historical patterns. And Marcos, it's a solid job that you looked at that, right? Super awesome job that you actually noticed that by yourself. But yes, you are right. Every single ticker, not just Amazon, has historical moves like this, right? And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, is that this is not coincidence, man. This is not coincidence. Look at that trading range, right? Trading range. It finally broke to the upside, right? And then unfortunately it came back down. So this trading range didn't work. But it's staying consistent to the 50 MA. It's staying consistent on those drops, right? It's one of those things that I need you guys to understand, because it takes a while to kind of look at it, right? It takes a while to look at these patterns and the consistency that they provide. But yeah, it's super solid information, man. I think you did great, dude. I think Amazon. I think it's a solid analysis on your part, and yeah, I think you're doing great, bro. I think you're doing great, and I think that this is what I want you guys to like know, right? I want you guys to know this before I have to tell you this. I think it'd be great. But yeah, super good job, man. Thank you for all the support, dude. You think Apple's breaking 150? Yeah, I do. I think Apple's breaking 150. I think Apple is breaking 150. Where are we at? 140. We're at 148, man. Of course it's breaking it. It's been moving. Look, it created a bear week back on August 2nd, and it's just been moving up. Yeah, I think it's breaking it for sure. It's actually going to be, I think it's going to break it this week. I think Apple breaks, I'll bet you guys like $10 right now. Apple breaks 150 this upcoming week. I'll bet you guys right now that's what happens. I think Apple's going to break 150 this week for sure. I'm like 99% sure. And if it doesn't break 150 this week, I owe somebody $10. I owe somebody $10. What's up, Tony? Can check out Veru. Appreciate all the TA. Thanks, man. Geo, Veru. What's Veru? What does Veru do? How long have I been on here, bro? An hour and an hour and almost 2 hours. Jesus, almost 2 hours. Veru. What's Veru look like? Veru looks pretty good. I think Vero is gonna be running to the high side again pretty soon. I think it's hit bottoms. I'll tell you that right now. I think Vero has already hit bottom. I think it's already created bottoms. Sorry, I have like hiccups or something. I don't know what it is. I think Vero is doing very good. Where's there more like resistance? Somewhere like here. Yeah, I think that's pretty safe on resistance and support. We'll add one more just here, just to like, that's where they kind of cross. Yeah, I think Vero's going up. I don't have to do too much TA on this. It just crossed the bullish week. 1, 2, 3, 4. It usually tends to, on the fourth week, it has its peak high. 1, 2, 3. Oh, fourth week is already. You know what? I don't know. It just had its fourth week. Fourth week is generally. Is it peak high on the fourth week? Yeah, there's not a lot of historical stuff. Is it breaking? I mean, it's already over. It's already over the 50 on the stochastic. I mean, I would say minimum. I'd say you do see a, what is this? Like a little bit under $9. I think for right now, I can't really give you a full TA. I think I'm like 99% sure that it's gonna go up to here to that 982 level. And then from here, I would probably have to come back and do TA. Strictly on the fact that there's a lot of stuff that's kind of going against this. So I would have to say that for the most part, I do think that we're gonna run to 984. From here, I would have to guess. I would have to come back and do more TA for you, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Right now, it looks like it's gonna go up, but on the weekly, it looks like you've hit peak here. I think you're gonna run to 984. I don't know if this is gonna break. If you do see this break to the upside, like if you see a break like up here, run up, and then close a full candle on maybe like the daily, expect the retest, and then possibly a run to the upside. Or if there's still momentum, expect something like this. But again, this I can't give you a full TA. I would have to do a full TA once we're at 987, which is a major resistance. So if anything, I can maybe do another video for you in the next week or so. But I think that might happen. I think for the most part, you can expect the video from me later this week. I can't give you an actual TA, bro. I'm sorry. I would have no idea about what's going on. Where the Forex video is at. So I actually turned it off. So the Forex EA that I had, I turned it off, and I just haven't turned it back on since the news came out. But I will be turning it back on, and then I'll be coming back with the videos, and I'll be uploading those again. So yeah, the Forex videos are gonna come back, and I'm actually gonna in the Patreon. So another plug right there, Patreon. I will be teaching you guys divergence, which is how I trade Forex. I only trade divergence at Forex. I don't really trade too many things on Forex. I swing trade, so I hold for a couple of days, possibly maybe a week or so, and then I can then I can do other stuff. But yeah. I will be uploading more Forex videos too. Thanks for the content. I'm here. Marcos told me. Oh, dude, big shout out to Marcos, man. Super shout out to Marcos, bro. Thank you so much for the support, man. Yeah, he's been doing really good, man. I know Marcos has been like commenting and a bunch of stuff, and he's been telling me like about a bunch of tickers, beforehand. So I definitely like when he tells me, because he looks for a lot more stuff than I do right now. Especially on the breakouts. I know he's been going hard on the breakout. Him and Blue Core have been going super hard on the breakout strategy, which is great, because I'm hoping that it's turning out really well. So AMD did hit that breakout again. It crossed over. It kept running. It actually hit the third TP. What we can do right now is we can actually delete everything, because. So this is actually gonna be my last TA. My wife actually just came back. My wife and daughter just came back home, so I'm gonna go hang out with them for a bit. I've been online for like 2 hours, so I'll have this be my last TA. Thank you to everybody that came on. I'm gonna do just AMD for you guys, and then And then I guess we'll call it a day, bro. We'll call it a day. Thank you to everybody that subscribed to the Patreon. I will start posting this week, and then kind of give you guys ideas of what it's going to be about and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll definitely post full videos on how to like trade there, and I definitely hope it helps everybody out on the chat. If you're looking at subscribing, you don't have to. Again, you don't have to subscribe. It's all whatever you guys want to do. You don't have to subscribe. But definitely definitely looking forward to the Patreon, because I'll release more like exclusive stuff there. What does the weekly look like? The weekly looks, I mean, everything looks bullish, bro. I would have to say AMD is going to keep going up. Look at that. Brand new bull candle, like a strong bull candle. And this is something else that I'll let you guys know, right? So on the reverse MACD, initially you guys had a nice little trigger at -1. You had another one at almost 2. So you're definitely getting bigger moves, bigger momentum towards the upside right here. And you can definitely ride it out to the upside. But what I definitely like right now is that you can see these triggers on AMD, right? You can see these bear triggers on the weekly. So bear trigger, completely bullish. Bear trigger, canceled it, went to bullish. Bear trigger, I can expect the same thing right now. I'll tell you this right now. AMD is gonna run up nice and solid. I'll tell you that right now. I'm pretty confident that AMD is gonna keep running. So let me just get some historical moves here. Boom. We'll get one more just to get an idea of what can happen. Right here. Boom. Ran up 38 bucks. So 14, 18, and then 38, roughly 19, 25, 45%. I'd got to say you have a strong chance of running pretty hard to the upside, man. It's kind of hard to forecast it. I would say on the minimum, you can expect like a $14 move to the upside from lows, right? From weekly lows as soon as that gets closed. As soon as we start a new week. I think from here, I think from current prices, I think you're gonna see something like this. You're gonna see like a 14 move up, like minimum like a $14 move up. I think that's what's gonna happen. Maybe in like another 1, 2, 3. I'd say minimum. I'd say three weeks to like 6 weeks. I say in 3 weeks to 6 weeks, you're gonna see a 125 AMD, and it's strictly because guess what's going on? What happened when we actually created? Again, overbought stochastic. It ran from what? It ran from 84 bucks all the way up to 38, all the way up to 122. If we had to do a similar forecast, I mean, it's going to blow your freaking mind, but I'm not saying this is going to happen. But if you see a similar forecast again, not only that, I think the bull push is actually going to be even stronger to the upside. So we're actually making it lower, right? This is me just doing it on the low side. So I'll do on the low side, right? In 14 days, we can see another $38 push to the upside, where it's right, you can see something like, 143 bucks. We can double check with the fibs. See where that setup is. What if we go down here to the actual? No, peak low is there. Relative low is there. So it's not matching up with any fibs at all. But I think as far as like historical moves, I'd say you have a pretty strong chance of moving similar to what happened here and what happened here. So these moves right here, right? So from May 17th to about like July 6th, and again from July 19th to about like August 2nd, I think there's a very strong chance that you see another similar move like that. I can definitely see AMD breaking highs and running up to like 143 within the next month or so. Maybe 1 month, 2 months. One thing you do have to look for is the next time Jay Powell talks. That's definitely going to be something important. I think everything is going to push to the upside until Jay Powell talks again. But AMD looks super, super bullish. Just by looking at this chart, I think I'm going to be buying some calls pretty soon. I think what you might be looking at here is maybe something like a cup and handle. I don't trade candle patterns, but it looks like that's how it's playing out. You're gonna see a cup right here, maybe a slight drop back to retest like 111. So I would say if it does come back and retest, it goes back to 111. I would probably that's when I would buy calls. I think that's when I would buy calls, and then you can see that huge push to the upside. But yeah, AMD is looking like it's just gonna keep running, man. I think AMD is gonna keep running to the upside. When you do support and resistance for forex stocks, what time frame do you use? I always use the weekly. Always, always, always. I always use the weekly. I never use anything below that. The video breakout was nice. If you remember, I told you on TikTok. Yeah, you did, bro. The video you told me on TikTok. I actually had a couple of people tell me on both YouTube and TikTok about what is it called? About about Nvidia. I think the video was a great play. Super, super good, and I'm happy that a bunch of people like got into it and stuff. Yeah, for support and resistance, I only use the weekly. I don't recommend anything else. Just because the weekly has major support and resistance. I don't like using the daily because your chart gets super colluded with stuff. It gets super messy. So I always stick to the weekly. You know, unless there's something that I'm trading very short term, I always stick to weekly just because I'm a swing trader. I don't like trading. I don't like day trading. I don't like doing that stuff. I barely YOLO. You know, I don't really do none of that stuff. It's mostly just swing trading. Penn breakout is looking good with the bets. Penn? I actually really like Penn. I actually held Penn for a very long time and then I sold it. Penn is... Penn broke out right here. Oh, I had a huge candle created for the weekly. So Penn actually already hit. I would have not recommended getting into Penn because that's way too big of a candle on the weekly to try to get in there. I would maybe get in here. You know, if you see a break of what is this price at? Like 85.78. I would probably buy I would probably buy calls for like, you know, $93. I think right now it's a little bit too late for Penn. That is a huge, huge candle to the upside. I think that's a really big candle. I don't know if I would play Penn right now. But with that being said, one more time, I will plug in the Patreon just to like let you guys know. I just made it today. So, you know, thank you to everybody that subscribed to the Patreon. I will be posting stuff this week, starting this week. Thank you everybody that came on my live. I've been going on for 2 hours strong now. I've never gone on live for this long. But thank you to everybody. Thank you for all the super chats. Big shout out to all the subscribers here, to all those that try to make it on the weekends. I'm gonna keep doing scheduled lives. Hopefully on Saturday at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna try to be consistent with it. But you guys know that at least once during the weekend, I'm gonna try to go live with you guys and just do, generally just TA for whatever you guys ask for. Honestly, I will be doing requests for TA on Patreon. So if you guys do have any oh, I need a TA now, just you would just shoot me a message on Patreon and I would do it there for you guys. But for the most part, I really only do on request TAs like when I'm on my live. Happy to do it for you guys. But if you're looking at more of getting on demand stuff, I would just subscribe to the Patreon and I'll kind of go from there. But thank you for everybody for the support. Thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you for the super chats. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys, man. It's super cool that you guys get on live on the weekend with me and stuff, it'd be super cool to do this during the day, but obviously I gotta work and stuff. But I hate and I love doing these because I can lose track of time so fast, bro. I lose track of time so fast and I hate it. So we've been going for 2 hours, man. I can talk with you guys for like 8 hours straight and I wouldn't even flinch, dude. Like, this is crazy. And Steve, dude, just to thank you. You being yourself has inspired others, Marcos, to help people like me. Keep up your fantastic work. Thank you, bro, for the super chat, man. You guys are awesome, dude. It's really I'm just posting unbiased TA for you guys. I'm hoping you guys learn along the way. And, you know, just really, really appreciate everybody coming on. Appreciate everybody taking time out of your day to watch me on my live, to subscribe to the YouTube, to subscribe to me on TikTok, to subscribe on Patreon. You know, I hope that, you know, the way that I trade, I hope that it keeps helping you guys out. You know, I hope that it helps you make consistent money, or at least helps you guys do something, right? You know, I'm hoping that the videos that I release kind of helps you guys at least do something for you guys. Where's the info for the Patreon? So the info for the Patreon is right here. You can literally just go to patreon.com/but I'm not a trader. I'm like the only person that actually, you know, is on here with that name. So I'm guessing you can just find, you know, I'll post it. So I'll post it on the chat right now for you guys, and I will be posting it on, I will be pinning it on my future videos in case anybody does, you know, anybody that just watches my videos for the first time is interested. But yeah, it's just patreon.com/but I'm not a trader. It might now be but I'm no TA trader, thanks to Marcos. But yeah, man. Oh, by the way, Marcos, if you're still on, or Nassif, if you're his friend, talk to Marcos and tell him that I'm definitely down to do a one-on-one. He's been super supportive since day one, bro. So if he wants to learn how to trade, or at least the style that I do, give Marcos, you know, tell Marcos about it. I don't know how to reach him, but tell Marcos that that I'm definitely down to do a sit down with him and teach him one-on-one for as long as he wants. I'm definitely down to teach him for like an hour or two of just, and how to set up everything by himself. But yeah, just thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for subscribing. I will see you guys later. Have a great weekend. I will end this this live. We're looking at Bitcoin. I want to see where we are actually. Bitcoin is at 48,675, so a little bit of a drop off. I'm waiting for that bull close on the candle. In another hour, hopefully, I'm waiting for this to close on the bullish side. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that it actually keeps running. If it doesn't, unfortunately, you know, we can maybe see a 45K Bitcoin again. But again, all we're really looking for is for Bitcoin to close any bullish signs of a candle right now. But yeah, thanks to everybody, man. Yeah, hit me up, dude. Hit me up on Patreon, Marcos. Like I said, I'm definitely down to teach you one-on-one, bro. You've been so helpful with everything. I'll help you set up all your stuff on TradingView, all your settings, everything. So definitely give me a shout out, or not a shout out. Definitely reach out on Patreon, and we can figure something out, bro. We'll figure something out. We'll get all together. But thank you guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, man. Bye, everybody.